Okay, so I'm Anthony Worrall. I'm the General Manager of the Crowne Plaza, London, the City, for IHG.
So, Anthony, how has business been in 2012 and what's the outlook for 2013?
I think I could summarise the business for 2012 quite effectively in that it's been a very exciting year to be a hotelier in London with events such as the Jubilee and Olympics. However, the market has seen a softening, particularly obviously with average room rates, having to accommodate new hotels in the city and generally across the UK. I think we've been affected in our industry predominantly by the unsettled news of both Europe and the global economy. Not a disaster, but a little tougher than we perhaps anticipated in 2012. 2013, a little bit of an optimism for slight growth, nothing major, but I certainly think that we will start to slowly turn the corner and will be a much more predictable year for us, specifically in London, as we'll be able to forecast it more accurately with a little bit more of a normal trading year expected for ourselves in London.
Okay. What specific challenges does the hotel industry in general face?
Specific challenges that our hotel and any hotel in the industry faces on an ongoing basis. I think first and foremost the pace of IT and how that affects our hotels and the cost of that versus the actual expectation of individual travelling guests. So you'll find often that the guest has already moved to a new level of IT, and getting the hotel business and industry to move at that same pace is a huge challenge and a massive cost to any business, and in particularly our industry. The second one, and much closer to my heart, is the constant need to attract great people and to ensure that people have a great perception of a hotel career, and making sure that we've got new team members coming up through the ranks to ensure that we've got that right level of experience when it comes to heads of department, who are the ones ultimately responsible for the day-to-day business of our hotel and certainly that quality and service piece. So great people and available and ready when the industry needs them, in particular with the growth expansion that major companies like IHG have, then that supply and demand for good people, we're going to need to obviously attract new ways of making sure that we've got great people coming through.
Okay, very good. And finally, last but not least, what's the one piece of advice you can give to those wanting to get involved in the hotel industry?
Those that want to get involved in the hotel industry, I think first and foremost remember that it's an industry that can progress your career in many ways, be it in the general service areas, specialising in food and beverage, but also that there are many career opportunities such as finance, HR, marketing, PR. So it's an industry that has some real depth about it, and it's actually now an industry, I believe, that is much differently perceived as perhaps in the 80s when I was qualifying and studying the industry. And I think it's a very dynamic industry to progress a career in, with lots of global opportunity and coverage. I would also say that you want to be a real star in the industry, adopt a second language if you can, because of course the global coverage now is huge, and Mandarin, Spanish being as well as English, those most commonly spoken languages across the world. It's really good to encourage people to perhaps have a love for a foreign language at the same time as the industry.